saying, some words of encouragement. Y'all stay focused. Y'all keep working hard. Believe in yourself. Prove everybody that doubts y'all wrong. Show up every day. Stay pure. Keep your heart pure. Stay motivated. Stay inspired. Show love to your people. From Nip Hustle.
So rough, so tough out here. 2020 was a trip, now we flipped a new year. Yeah, it's still we gotta deal with the revelations, cause we still getting killed with no hesitation. One nation, under a groove. Give a shout out to the black, the brown, the red, the blue. It's G-Lew coming back with the oldies. Something you can bump while you chillin' with your homies. Cruising down the boulevard, hanging in the calle. Shout out to the homies in the San Gabriel Valle. South Central, Compton, watch. My Long Beach homies on the 17th block. TikTok put you in a slip knot. The homie jail was the first to call it crip hop. And it don't stop cause we keep on rolling. 17 hours and we still keep going. Check 1 2 1 2. G-Lew. I'm a motherfucking legend. I'm a motherfucking legend. Yeah, mic check 1 motherfucking 2. No introduction needed. We seated as G-Lew. Back for another fucking session. So for album number 20, I'm a motherfucking legend. Been all around the world, seen a whole lot of extras. Got a lot of dead homies, seen a whole lot of stretches. Never trust police, they ain't here to protect us. All they ever did was crash, harass, and disrespect us. Shout out to the G's from Tennessee to Texas, California to Spain. I'm here to bring you this message. Never stretch or finesse it and manifest it. I stand to be corrected cause I'm a motherfucking legend. Lucky like a 7, stay smoking good like Devin. So when I die, I got a one-way flight to heaven. Shout out to my brethren who overstood the lesson and played a part of me being a motherfucking legend. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking legend. I'm a motherfucking legend. Yeah. Verse 2, without a clue or a question. 2022, label me as a legend. Never want to politic or preach. I'm not a reverend, I just try to get the homies out the streets and teach them lessons. I'm like a blessing in the sky, so I rise on them. In the loving memory of Pac, I'ma ride on them. I'm the soul of the streets, I provide for them. Everybody slipping nowadays, so I slide for them. This the time, homie, so we gon' set it off. 32 days a month, we ain't taking off. It's a new day, so I made a new play. Broke it down, cut it up, split it up in 2 ways. G-Lew with my little homie Maniac. California, homie, we the ones who gon' bring it back. This the track where I set the record straight. So in memory of Nip, going down as a great. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking legend.
Shit ain't made for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody ain't gonna be a fucking star. Everybody ain't gonna be the shit. Everybody ain't gonna be what you are. It was 60 niggas that you was rapping with. And out of them 60, you the motherfucking one. And you can go back and try to help all of them. But guess what? Ain't none of them gonna ever be you. And I done done it many times where I done tried to make niggas stars, rapped on their shit, took them on tour, damn near gave niggas my shoes, my clothes, my everything. Here, you can have all. I can't make you a star. Stars are born, they're not made.
Okay. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's After Hours Live, the G-Lew Show, Wednesdays Q&A. That means questions and answers. And tonight, we are going to talk about transition. I know everyone out there can relate some type of way to transitioning in your life, whatever stage of your life you're in, whether it been from, getting out of gangs, not getting out, but transitioning from gang life, getting out of prison. You feel me? Getting out of drug game, you sell dope, you use dope. You want to be a better parent, you want to progress in your work, your job. Shout out to Big Dev. What up? Shout out to Brenda Love. What up, Big Dev? Western Ave Queen, Corey, uh, Plain Thone, everyone up in here tonight. Much love. Salute. So like I said, we're talking about transitioning tonight. And everyone out here can relate some type of way to transitioning in your life. Whatever stage of your life you've been in, we've all been. I know everyone on this channel with me, because we talk about it a lot. And then I've heard some of your stories, and what hold on a second. Okay. Can you see me? Can you see me now? Okay, so I know everyone out there has some type of story, you know what I mean, or whatever. So um like I said, tonight we want to talk about transition. Um and I'm sure everyone knows, let me do this right here. I usually don't do this. I wanna get a proper before I get into my spiel. I want to get a proper um definition of transition. Okay, let me see what Google, the Webster, whatever says. Transition, the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. You feel me? That's pretty much that's the synopsis of it. The process or period of changing from one state or condition to another. That is transition. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. So that is the topic of discussion for tonight. And this is questions and answers. So at any time, anyone can chime in, give me a question or answer. I even may let you call in. I know people don't care for all that, but you can call in as well if you want. I'll put the number up there. But we're having Q&A. Shout out to all the ladies out there. Appreciate you, ladies. But we're having Q&A. Transition, again, the process or period of changing from one state or condition to another. You feel me? And shout out to my producer DD Hairston, um, who presented some questions as well, right? So again, I'm sure everyone can relate. I didn't watch. Okay. Um, Shout out to the chat. Oh, Dubs. Shout out to the homie Dub. Shout out to Sonny Boy. Shout out to Javier, Credible Javier, Kev Mac Videos, my boy Goob. Shout out to my boy Lucky. What is that? Oh, Hood Stocks. My boy Lucky had a cool show the other night with the homie from Sangra on there, Big Japs. And that was a great episode. Shout out to my boy Lucky. He's a fool. Shout out to him though. Um, okay. So let me break down before I get into these questions, right? And I want people to chime in because I'm sure everyone has been through a transition in their life at one point or another, man. We all have a story. So I want you guys to chime in with me tonight. Help me out. I didn't okay. When do we transition our new lifestyle? Okay. Life transitions are periods in life involving lots of change to your lifestyle. They may also be a result of important events that make you stop and evaluate your life. Um, there are many events in life that people can find difficult to adjust to. Some of the most common ones are reaching a significant age, e- 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, getting married, becoming a parent, leaving a university, changing a job, losing your job, becoming ill or disabled, or being bereaved and retiring. Uh, Try not to dwell on the negatives, but use them to motivate you in the future. If you are having trouble writing a list of your personal achievements, values, and goals, ask the opinion of someone you trust. This should help you realize what you have achieved and what's important to you. Okay. Shout out again to my producer. Okay, let me see. Chat. Corey said, transitions can also get you out of comfort zones as well. Right, exactly. Because now you're challenging yourself. You know what I mean? To do something better with yourself, because sometimes too, we get stagnant, you know what I mean? And we're just comfortable, not comfortable, but just sometimes we put ceilings on ourselves. You know what I mean? We should have no limits or scared to take chances. You know what I mean? So we get complacent. I don't want to say comfortable, but complacent, or just think this is all I can do. This job here, it's paying the bills, it's doing whatever. This is it. Well, really, we could do more. Yeah, Corey. Big Dev said, I can relate to the transition phase. It was a very strong and successful move in my life. It was either death or prison for me. Righteous, Big Dev.
And yeah, I could attest to that because everyone knows Big Dev's story. He was on my show as well. Go look that up. Classic interview, but he's been on other platforms as well. And Big D's platform, man. So salute to you for transitioning, man. You know, has a great job. All of that. Brenda, I heard your story as well. All of the above transitions, right? Because we heard Brenda's story as well. All she's been through. Western now, Queen. What up, big sis? I know you've been through some shit, but we all do. We all got a story. So at any time, feel free to chime in or input. And I'm gonna do my part too. Um, we got some questions. I think producer presented me, and the first one is: when and how does one transition from a certain lifestyle? When and how does one transition from a certain lifestyle? How do you know when it is the right time to transition? That's the thing too. Some some men and women, homies, especially inner cities or whatever your situation may be, may not know when to transition. It takes some people to go to prison 3 or 4 times. The fourth time they come back, if they get a fourth time, and then transition. You know, I don't know. Let me see. Fernie said, I think we transition when you give everything you have to something, and we still see negative. It's time to change. Yeah, if you're doing something and you're getting the same results from something time and time again, and yeah, maybe you need to change up. That would probably be smart. But again, change is not always easy, or change sometimes. Look, sometimes change is what's the word I'm looking for? It's a challenge. And some we may even be scared sometimes. Like sometimes like it's some things even myself right now I want to do, take a leap of faith on it. It's just like I'm real hesitant to do it. But I know it's for the best, but I'm like hesitant to do it. You know what I mean? And these are things we deal with. Yes, I have. I know you have, sis. Corey, people are just content with what they have because they're afraid of transitions, of any transitions. Yeah, because sometimes I don't know if you don't know what's on that other side. You know what I mean, and you're scared to maybe give up what you have. Even say if it's a job or something like, it's an opportunity over here. You've even been presented with the opportunity, but it's like you don't know if you should do it. You know that's the tricky part. Sometimes we gotta take a but especially maybe when you get older, it's like you can't take as many chances. Maybe when you're younger, you don't you take all the chances. Like, let's go. You feel me? But when you get older, you really become more content because you have a lot of more responsibilities, and you don't want to, maybe scared to mess something up, but you got to still be willing to take a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Transition is rough sometimes, until you see the payoff. Make it happen. Right. And you're not gonna see the payoff automatically. That's the thing with transition, with investments, with levels and it's levels to everything. So everything is gonna take time. Even if you start your own business, they always say you're not gonna see profits for I don't know how long, but it won't be immediately. So everything is a process. You have to be willing to go through that process, go through the struggle. These are the things that make you better and stronger, for the long haul. You appreciate things more. I heard somebody else talking about this, like say when we was in the streets or whatever, selling dope or whatever you were doing. You got fast money, you got it, got a lot of it, but it all went fast. Or you never really had much to show for, or it got stolen, or the feds busted you or whatever and took it, or whatever the case, it doesn't last, opposed to when you get money the honest way, from work, or I guess you appreciate it more. It's things like this. Um, when you start to have a family, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have responsibilities. It's easy to be comfortable and stay there, but I think we all uh, need to think beyond and go for it while you can. Because look, exactly. Because check it out, we only live once. That's the cold part about it. You can't, and I know that's easier said than done. To not be afraid and scared of taking, what I mean, taking that leap of faith or that jump. You know what I mean? But you only live once, man. And we're not promised tomorrow. So sometimes it's like, you know, we got to go for it. You got to do it. Big Dev said most people are afraid of transition because they have to step out of their comfort zone to accomplish new things. Exactly. That's the main thing. What it is, we're in a comfort zone, and we don't want to mess that up. We don't want to take a chance. We know we want what's over here, but we don't want to take a chance of messing this up right here. And I'm kind of comfortable. Really, I'm comfortable, but I'm not because you want more. You're not happy unless you wouldn't be thinking of other things. So really, you're comfortable in this space because you're safe. That's really what you mean. You're safe. You know what I mean? But you're not reaching your potential. You could be getting more money. You could be doing more things in this comfort zone or outside of that comfort zone. Uh, when I was young, I was afraid of transitioning to do a different job. It was because I was confident, but I'm glad I'm over that. Um, so what would you suggest to someone out there, a youngster or someone that's not even maybe a youngster, someone older or whoever out there that um feels the same way? You know what I mean? Like you said, you overcame it, but they're afraid to transition because they're afraid what's on the other side, or they're afraid to come out of that comfort zone or whatever. But it could be the best thing in their life. What would you suggest, Corey? Brenda said, for me, I was going full speed on the bad stuff. I wasn't going to stop for anyone. Didn't care about going MIA or hurting people. Only thing that stopped me um, was it starting affecting my mental health. Wow, wow. But I mean, even then, how did you know? If you if it did- if like you just said, if nothing else stopped you or got in your way or whatever, how did you realize or know even what mental health was? And like you said, it was affecting you to that point. Um, and what helped you transition? Did you find God, or what was it that helped you really transition? Because I know that's not easy. Like when you really in the thick of some shit, whatever level may be. Um, Let me throw another question out there. The first question again was when, and how does one transition from a certain lifestyle? A few people answered that. What up, DD? Shout out to DD, my producer. Corey said, you just have to take a chance. It might be for the best. It also might bring you better opportunities. Yeah. But again, that's easier said than done. Some people, yeah, it may be, but it may not. And then what? If I fuck this up over here, then what? You feel me? So some people, think, but you gotta just go for it, man. You only live once, man. Glad you were able to turn your life around. Oh, Brenda. Yeah, Brenda has a deep story. Corey has a these ladies, I mean, we all know the ladies got a deep, deep story. As dudes, we got stories, we out there in the streets and won't do one, we been to jail, prison, and shot, whatever. But these women just it's way deeper, man, because the women, first and foremost, give birth. They gave birth to us. So without the women, it's not possible. And the job they have before them and in front of them is just, man, women are the strongest things on the earth. And all respect to the ladies. Because we all got a mom, a grandmother, you know, and that job is like not easy. So salute to the ladies. And like I said again, Corey has a great story. Go check her interview out on my homeboy Incredible Javier's channel. Real deep. And Brenda has a story too. She lets it out at time to time here and there. But man, I would love to see Brenda's testimonial somewhere. If she would do it. She has a deep story too. Um, Big Fernie said, as a young father, I left a steady job to start over in a new place, and now I have been at the same place for 17 years. Wow. See, but That's what it took for you to do it. Some don't got hard enough to really jump out there. Fernie, what was it for you that made you say, okay, I'm gonna do it? Because again, you don't know what's on the other side. Unless it's guaranteed. Someone comes to you, you get presented a, I don't know, offer a job, it pays this, that. Of course, it's a no-brainer. But that's not always the case. Homie Psycho Gato. I thought y'all was playing oldies. Hey, that's on Sundays, man. That's on Sundays. We'll play the oldies on Sundays. Tonight is just conversation, dialogue, questions and answers. So we do that on Sundays. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, that shit was deep. Dev, Brenda, you should. Yeah, yeah, because Brenda has a deep story. I would love to hear it. You know. What's good? My boy just found this channel. What is it about? Hey man, this channel was about a lot of shit, a lot of stuff. Tonight we're doing Q&A, just having conversation, interaction, questions and answers, right? And then on Fridays we interview a lot of people, from famous people to everyday people. You know what I mean? And Sundays we play oldies, homie. And Saturdays we got the ladies on here. They take over this show, conversations in the hookah lounge. So it's a lot of variety on this channel, bro. Um, Sometimes change is the best thing. That's right, DD. Um, Let me see. Big Devil. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Like, Corey, you were like real sad. You almost made us cry, man. The dudes, you almost had the dudes over there. I know the ladies were tearing up, but you had the dudes over here like, man, damn. Story was real deep, Corey. Seriously. Salute to you. Been through a lot. I knew my future would be way better and would be able to take care of responsibilities as a man. Respect, Fernie. Orderly sounds, feed man. Just subscribe. Hey, but make sure for sure, if you don't do anything else, bro, tune in on Sunday nights. That's what I would tell you, homie. I put that on my life, bro. Tune in Sunday nights, homie. We play the oldies and. It's like, oh, I got confused. Sundays is the oldies, but okay. Brenda, shout out to Brenda. Brenda brings a lot of people over here and shares the channel with a lot of people. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, let me get back to these questions. Um, see, like we're on the third one. Um, Last question was again, can they become more positive? Okay. Can you become more positive in the transition or just change for a period of time? Hmm. I guess that's up to the person. Let me read that again. Big D, keeping it real. What's up, homie? That's my boy right there. Much love, homie. Yep. Um, that part right there. Okay. At what point or stage in one's life do they start making? Asked it already. At what point or stage in one's life do they start making changes? I guess when you hit that point, like everyone knows that point in their life when it takes, like, I meant to ask Brenda earlier though, like she said something about she finally made a change when she seen it was affecting her mental health. I want to ask Brenda, I don't know if I asked you, like, how did you know that was mental health, or like even what mental health, and why was it just meant, why was it that? That depends on the individual mindset. I agree, homie. I agree, Big Dev. That's the question right there. At what point or stage in one's life do they start making changes? Like the homie said, some people can start making changes early in their life when they 19, 20 or whatever, they've been through enough. Because some people go through, I went through a lot of shit from ages 15, 16 through 20, 21. Oh my God. Some can make that change at that point and say, okay, I need to do better. I still got action at doing better because you're still very young. You can make changes, or someone can choose not to. And some people don't get it right till they 35, 40. You know what I mean? After they had to go through more shit and then go to prison, go back, maybe did a couple years. Now I got to go back and do 10 years. And it takes for that. to come back out and say, "Oh, okay, I got it now." When some can change right at 17, 18, 19. It all depends on the individual. And and I would say it depends on your surroundings, environment, people around you, but at the end of the day, it still falls back on that individual. We all can be peer pressured, influenced, or whatever, but it all falls back on the individual. What you want to do. No one can force you to do anything. But again, like I said, we are definitely more influenced as youngsters. You know, especially if you don't have the proper role models or guidance or father in a home or whatever the case may be, as young men or women. Or sometimes you can have a father. That's why I said it falls on the individual. Some people have both parents, good background, and they're just curious, promiscuous. I don't know. It's tricky. Um, Big Dev said, "What's Javi's YouTube page? Incredible Javier. Incredible Javier." I answered you, G. It's up there. Oh, okay. My bad. Let me see. I don't see it, but I don't know. Let's see. My bad, people. I'm trying to find it. Um, oh, okay. I pray went to see the doctor. Had to get on meds for a bit. Okay, I got it. I got you. I got you. Did you ever like um what part did God play in it? I know you were, I don't know your his, and all that part, but did you start going to church or get saved or whatever? Like what part besides the doctor did God play in if any of it did I know let me see. When you're mature enough to deal with the consequences and accept responsibility for your actions, that part. That's when you can that's when you can transition as well, like really respectfully transition. When you accept all responsibility and everything, when you that part, Big Dev. Yeah, that's I respect that right there. When you can deal with the consequences and accept everything you've done wrong, like stop making excuses and say, "Yeah, this is me. This is what I need to do." Take full responsibility. That's when you can transition, I believe. Uh, okay, that's the homie's page right there. Cricket. Yep, my boy Cricket from Florida. That's my boy. Good night, everyone calling tonight. Okay, Corey. Good night. Thanks for checking in with us. Smash that like button. That part. I started making my transition when I accepted the Lord. I learned to forgive myself and started letting God heal my wounds. That's what's up. Um, that's what's up, Big D. How does one man like even like say if one finds God and the Lord, that's another thing. I'm gonna have the homie on here. I think Friday, if I'm not mistaken, DD. I think we're gonna have Isaac, my boy Isaac Sticks, on here. This Friday. I think so. I hope so. I'm ready for my boy. He said he was ready. So hopefully we'll have Sticks on here Friday. That's gonna be a good conversation. So people make sure you tune in because my boy, he's um we're gonna talk about God and a lot of stuff, but mainly that and opinions and what people think, and whatever. We're gonna have open discussion about God, you know, Jesus and a lot of things. So tune in. If he's, I think it's Friday. Um, but how does one stay committed to being, because even as a kid, I'm sure probably when you're older and mature enough, you can stay solid. But how does one stay committed to being saved? We know we're not perfect. We know we're gonna make mistakes. We can sin or whatever. That's why you can ask for forgiveness. But how does one stay committed to being connected to God and staying holy? Um, yes, it was crazy because during my hardest time, two men came to do outreach and knock at my house. Started going to church ever since. That's what's up, Brenda. That's what's up. Shout out to my boy Nickel Bags. What up, Nick? Salute, cuz. Shout out Dee Dee and the ladies. Worship our queen. What up, my boy? What's happening, man? Nickel Bags. That's my boy right there. Let me see if I got some more questions. Okay. Does something or someone force them to make the transition, like incarceration, death, etc.? Yeah. Usually most of the time it is, but that was my question too. What like are some people forced to make transition, or does it just come naturally? Do you think about it like I need to make a transition, or some people like forced to make a transition where they get incarcerated, done a lot of time, or they got shot, someone close to them died, they almost died. Like, yeah, it's something that someone forced them to make the transition, like incarceration, death, etc. Yeah, I think so. A lot of times, man, it really takes a life changing situation for you to really say, man, I got to make a change. I got to do something different. You know, that's just what it is. Because if not, people will keep doing what they're doing until something really shakes them up. And they say, I mean, I got to do something different. This is not working. It happened to us all. It took something for me to change. But like I said again, staying committed. No one's perfect. We all have our demons and things that probably are weaknesses. So I'm sure it's impossible just to be perfect. But how does one at least stay committed? To a cause and what you want to do to keep transitioning and move further or reach the goals you want to reach. How does one stay committed to doing that in this world full of so many distractions? Um, Big D said it's a relationship. Like you said, no one is perfect, and we all fall short to the glory of God. So we transition on making changes every day. Willingly, you keep pushing. That part, I respect that because that's really all you can do. That's really all you could do is literally keep pushing every day, try to be better than you were yesterday. And we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna fall, we're gonna slip, but that's why God is a forgiving God, and He knows you better than anyone knows you, more than you know yourself. So He knows you're not gonna be perfect, but at least if you try and put that effort in to be better, even if you messed up yesterday, you slipped, you did something that you said you weren't gonna do no more, whatever, you slipped up. But if you acknowledge that, accept it, and and willingly try to do better, you know, you put 50, he'll go 52, 50-50 love. You feel me? Um, that new track is slapper. Need SBI G-Lew. Oh, good looking, Nick. Hey, I got that spider like before about that. So we were supposed to make it happen. It just hasn't happened yet, but for sure. Thank you, homie. Shout out to the Loke. Brenda, I stay committed to Jesus because I never want to feel or hear them demons in my head. I'm thankful for my sanity, my peace, my life, my divorce, and oh, your G Pop's death hit you hard. She says she's thankful for my divorce. Wow. Do you ever think? Well, I don't know. I don't even want to go there. That's personal. I don't know. You may be happy already, but I don't know. I don't want to go there, but that's beautiful. I'm glad you're committed, Brenda. That was my question too. How does one stay committed? But I guess you just every day is a new day, But salute to you, Brenda. Fernie said, I think growing up in the streets, we think it's cool and are blind to all the craziness. I was lucky to see it before I really did time. So when I got out of CYA, I changed my life for the better. I gave 8. Wow. Wow. Salute to you, Fernie. Sounds like, man, you really changed your life. And I know YA, man, a lot of people didn't have that story you had. It's only a few, because usually when homies leave YA, they go to prison, homie. And YA, as we all know, is different animal. You know what I mean? So to come out of there and change your life after doing 8, bro, salute to you. Salute to you. Um, and we know, like I said, how YA is, and California period definitely has more prisons than they do universities and all that. You know what I mean? So it's more prisons. They're building more prisons, and that's why the population is so high of black and brown inmates in the California prison system, homie. It's ridiculous, you know. So salute to you, Fernie. Um, yeah, paying you calls your parents. We put our parents through a lot, because they just want good for you, and it's like, you know, um, man, coming up as a youngster, man, and it's so many things that drive us different ways. That's why it's just so much of a blessing, and you got to be thankful if you can come out of that, on the other side, and still have your sanity, most of your health, and know what you've been through on the other side, and to come and make it. You have to respect that and appreciate that. And God is good. If He brought you out of that, man, and you have to respect that. To go back again would just be, you know, uncivilized. What did Charles Barkley used to say on that commercial? Excuse me. Uh, for only 8 years, the long stretch, but glad you changed for the best. That part. That kind of rhymed right there, Brenda. You got bars. Um, 35 prisons in California. See, 35 prisons. That's insane. No other state has that many prisons or even close to that. 35 prisons, California. Wow. And I'm sure a new one's being built now. More prisons and schools, exactly. Facts. Facts. I'm with that Nia Sigmund fruit. What you go through as kids shapes us as adults. Yeah, it does. That's why even the good, I mean the bad, a lot of the homies that been through the bad, it shapes you. Like, all the stuff we went through, I'm not gonna say I would want better, but a lot of that shit made me. You know what I mean? You have different knowledge, different different what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I don't know, but you have a certain when you come up in the streets or whatever and have a certain background and been through so much and seen so much, you have a different outlook and a different mindset than the average person or square. You know what I mean? So it's different things. You look at things differently. You see things differently than your average person. They don't know this, but you do. You know what I mean? So it shapes you to a certain point, man, and some of that is good because, like I said, I have certain knowledge and insight. Like I said, it just other people don't know. Your average person doesn't know and couldn't comprehend. You know, it's just about recognizing everything you've been through, and if you were able to make it out, you know what I mean. Respect that, and do better. And if you can help someone else, help them, give them, use that knowledge to help someone else, you know, um, and be a positive influence or a positive force in this world, man. Because every day you're here is for a reason. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that we lose. We lose people every day, every day, every day. Some famous, some important, some may not be as much important. Some may not be on your radar, but we're losing a lot of people every day. So to be here, whether it's good or bad, how your life is. Like I said, it's ups and downs, smiles and frowns. Everyone's not all in the best situations. It's better days, and you know how it goes. It's life. But like I always say, if you're here right now, you got your health, you have a roof over your head, you got food, you got a car, transportation, whatever, a job, you got means to make ends meet. You're doing better than a lot of people. So just use every day you're here, man, use it. Take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Don't just just be useless. You know, be productive in some type of way. Transition. Try to make yourself better. Let me see. It feels like a big effort to do good, and doing bad comes naturally. So I question myself of who I really am sometimes. Like that. Let me see. It feels like a big effort to do good, and doing bad comes naturally. Wow, that's deep. That's very true. Doing bad comes naturally. You know, doing good, like you said, does take an effort. It takes a little more. You got to go a little bit more out of your way to do good things. It seems like it's crazy as that may sound. To do bad things is much easier or comes natural because some things you're doing bad, you don't even know it. You know what I mean? Or just it's a second, you don't take a second thought of it. You know, thoughts you have flipping someone off, fuck you, or this lady just cut in front of you, or I don't know, whatever the case, you called her a bitch, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. We don't even really sometimes see what we're doing. You know. Um, Fernie said, "I think we get that street smarts and get the books. We understand that part, and those are the ones that are unstoppable, bro. That's why you see some of these moguls, some of these people that come from the streets, not only come from the streets but are smart too, can turn around and become real big moguls and businessmen. And you know, if you look at hip hop or whatever, not even hip hop, other things, a lot of different businesses people take and become real successful at because they take that street smarts. They were already hustlers. If they were if you were a successful hustler in the streets, you could be a successful businessman. You know, you just need that information to help you. Some don't know, and that's another thing. Even drug dealers or people in the streets are scared to transition to stop and let me try this because they're scared of that over here, not knowing that they could be just as successful or even more if you're successful in the streets and able to run a street operation, deal with all these different people, connects, lower level people, family, people you deal with. You got to worry about the jackers and police, the feds, all these people, and you can move around that and survive, still make money, still deal with all this shit. You can deal with the corporate world. But sometimes we just don't have the information to help us get over here. You know what I mean? So we're scared of that, or we just don't. I don't want to deal with them people or whatever. What they want, and we're scared to transition. And guess what? The street shit don't last, homie. Some have longer runs than others, but eventually it's not gonna last. And guess what? The money ain't either because it's just no. We all know it's no happy endings in the street life, homie. We know that it's very low. Just like the feds have an 85 to 90%, 95% conviction rate. The streets have the same 95 conviction rate. No one makes it out of the streets. Um, really success, very small percentage, very very small. That just has a happy ending, and I just retire and I'm good. Doesn't work that way. Okay. Big D said to me, transition is another word of change. Yeah, fact, fact. Make that change, like Mike said. Make that change. Seriously though, serio. Make that change. Desensitized. That's a good one, Nick. I think we grow up learning street smarts, then we okay. I already said that. Salute to DV everyone. Every lost a young one. Real strength. Keep going and not be negative. Piece of shit. I'm working on it. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Nick. He's working on it. He's a work in progress. Um, follow G on IG. Follow the G-Lew show. IG, the G-Lew show. Reach one, teach one. Each one, teach one. Salute G. Hey, that part, Nick. Shout out to my boy Nick, man. You doing your part too, Nick. You know, Big D heard you on Scope podcast talking about the taco stand. Oh, Big D was on there. I gotta go check that out. transition into legitimate business. Shout out to my boy, great G-Lew Pocket. Oh, I want to give a special shout out to my boy DJ. That's my boy DJ Maniac. Check it out. In a week, what is that? Next Friday, 2/11, like 2/11. Me and DJ Maniac got a project we dropping, man. It's classic. This dude is like, man, the music is incredible. Soul of the streets, because it's soulful and it's street. But it's very soulful. DJ Maniac produced it. It's dropping 2/11, which is next Friday. Make sure you support that. It'll be on all digital platforms. Okay. Shout out to my boy Maniac. Oh, what I was gonna say, shout out to the homie OG Chili Chill from the Lynch Mob with Ice Cube and all that, which I just had on my radio show earlier. Great interview. I'm gonna post that on YouTube tomorrow. But shout out to Chili Chill and the Lynch Mob, man. Had a great time. Shout out to Miss Queen Jean too, my co-host. Okay. Much love, Maniac. It's not how we start, it's how we finish. That part. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Brenda, that's right, Brenda. Shout out to the late, oh, excuse me. Shout out to the late great Nip Hustle. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I mean? It's not how you start, it's how you finish, man. Respect, Brenda. Let me see. Nickelback said, I still don't like them though. That hasn't changed. Okay. Respect. Also evolving into something better. That part. That part, Nick. Nickelback, that's a cold producer, right? Nick got some. Hey, soul of the streets. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, DJ Maniac. Yeah. Okay, that is so true. Hey, Brenda, do you ever think you would like tell your story, like 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 how Corey did, or go on a platform? I don't know. Do you think you ever do that? Because you have a deep story. I just like you let a little bit of it out here and there. You spill a little bit of tea, but man, your story is incredible, Brenda. But everyone don't like to do all that, be in the camera and do all that. So I understand, but I think you have an incredible story, even if it's in a book or something. I can't wait. I would love to do another project. Oh yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna work. We're gonna do some more shit, man. 'Cause this one right here, soul of the streets. Telling you, homie. Dope. Eventually, I will. Okay, Brenda. I can't wait. Hopefully one day you'll come on my show, but nah, I ain't tripping like that. I just want your story out, even if it's in a book or whatever. I just think you have an incredible story. You know what I mean? It needs to be told because I think you could help a lot of people, Brenda. Real talk. All right. All right, where we at? Okay. How do people accept the need to change aspects of their lives? Job, relationship, personality. How do people accept their need to change aspects of their lives? How do they accept the need? I know it's not easy. Yeah. Um, where's your love, Brenda? Where's your love twin? Who's your love twin? Oh, Nay Love. Oh, hold up. Yeah, where is Nay Love? Her love twin. That's my girl, Nay. Where's nah, but Nay really, I don't know. The weekdays she be in and out. Shout out to Nay Love though. Wherever you are, sweetheart, much love. Um, yeah, she might be sleeping. Yeah, I think it's a weekday. But shout out to Nay Love. Hey, check this out too, right? Valentine's Day, right, is like next. Uh, actually, it's on Monday. It's on a Monday, right? So the 13th, which is Oldies Rule Forever Sundays, we're gonna have a special like Valentine's day night. You know what I mean? Where not only we're gonna play oldies, but we're gonna play some real like we're gonna get you in that Valentine's Day mood. You know what I mean? We're gonna salute the ladies, give out roses, and play all of that stuff you want to hear, ladies, to get you in the mood for for your husband or whoever, or just whatever. Just get you in a nice mood for Valentine's Day next Sunday night right here. Make sure you tune in. It's gonna be epic. I promise. Um, yeah, she might. Yeah. Uh, usually by force, not choice. Okay, so that's the question. How do people accept the need to change aspects of their lives, whether it be a job, relationship, personality? How do you accept knowing you need to change? Like, what does it take, like to say? Because some people are stubborn, some people are what's the word I'm looking for? Like, um, I don't know, stuck in their ways, whatever. Where they won't accept the fact that they may need to change something about them. They like, what? You feel me? So how does one accept the need that they need to change? What does that take for a certain person? Because everybody can't tell you. So it may just only be certain people that can really talk to you. So what will it take for certain people to accept the fact they need to change? Or how do you tell someone they need to change? We need to check yourself or whatever about without being offensive. Because everyone is hella sensitive. You can't even, tell no one. I don't care to tell no one. I'm not gonna get nobody, me personally. I'm not gonna tell nobody really about it unless it's my daughter or something. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna really tell nobody what they need to do or not do. It ain't my business. But yeah, I mean, some people we need to do that. How do you do that? Or how does someone accept it without being taking it for hate? Because that's what they'll do. You'll tell someone something and they'll mistake it for hate. Oh man, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's why I stay out of that type of stuff. Um, if it's beneficial, an example, if your boss says, "Don't be late," and you might get promoted. Yeah, yeah, I agree. If it's beneficial, I agree. If it's beneficial, gotta make sense, right? It gotta make sense. Cut me in or cut it out. That part, G. Thank you, sis. Shout out to Western Ave Queen. Flipping on you. Right. Okay. So again, like I said, I don't know how you tell somebody that, especially nowadays, you definitely it's hard. It's I just, you know, but if it's someone you really love or care about, like your partner, your husband or wife, or your kids, that's different. You can tell them definitely. But anyone else, outside of that, it's hard to, because like I said again, how does someone accept that? They can't. If you tell them, they're gonna take it for hate or what the fuck you talking about. You feel me? So that's hard. That's a sticky situation. So I don't know. But one has accepted their self, you know what I mean, first. So if they don't accept it themselves, sometimes people can be blind, arrogant, full of themselves where they don't see it that they got a problem. So they're stubborn. And that's just what it is. You feel me? And it's hard to change somebody, especially a grown person already. That's why a lot of people always try to reach the youth and talk to the youth to help them change. But when someone's already older and stuck in their ways, unfortunately, they're stuck in their ways. Not all the time, but um, Maniac said, "I know it's like you can't tell someone to do something. You can't. Not somebody that's grown, another grown woman or man. Yeah, I can't tell you what to do." Um, like Quick said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Real talk, real talk, real spill, as they say. Um, let me see. How do people? Okay, my bad. Okay, transitions also mean change, loss, endings, and beginnings. How do you deal with people who insist on staying the same for generations? Wow. Transitions also mean change, loss, endings, and beginnings. How do you deal with people who insist on staying the same for generations? You don't. I don't deal with their ass. No, let me stop. Again, it's person to person, depending on who the person is. If this is close family or someone you have to deal with, or whatever, like I said, it's your kids or your spouse. That's automatic. You do what you got to do. But someone outside of that, I don't know what you do. You know what I mean? Especially if there's that sounds like they're stuck in their ways again, like I said. And generations, I don't know about generations. Well, I don't know. So it sounds like they're stuck in their ways. So really, I don't know. It will be hard to change them, And I always say with anyone, you can't tell someone just like these youngsters, you can't tell them what to do or oh look, you need to do this or I used to do this. You have to lead by example. So that's why I said earlier when I said I don't get in people's business where I don't try to do this, not because I don't care, but I think the best thing to do is lead by example. You know what I mean? So try to lead by example. The people you want to see or doing better or showing them, especially if they're close to you or around you, you lead by example. You know, that's how I see it. Let me see. Yeah. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah, that part too. You can't never exactly. It's because people really today and time really feed off energy. So it's like if your energy, before back in the day, you used to just deal with it or whatever the case. You hear someone else like okay, but now it's like energy rule. Everything is on energy. If you come to someone, even if it's like you're meeting someone, if the energy is off, like but the energy could be good, and you're really like, oh, it felt genuine. It's like nice to meet you, man, and whoop de wump, and you exchange some words, opposed to someone like you just the energy wasn't there. It was like this, you know, you feel me? So everything is based on energy. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and how you talk to people, deliver your words without being extra. Just be real, but be genuine about everything. If you're not genuine, don't even bother. Don't you know? Don't be fake. Yeah. Uh, cut it. That part. Generations and nothingness. Hmm. Um, where are we at? Let me see. Do you think unanticipated transitions, what you haven't planned for and don't factor as a part of your life vision, are hardest to overcome? Do you think unanticipated transitions from what you haven't planned for don't oh my bad. Wait. No, that was right. Do you think unanticipated transitions can you put that yeah, there you go right there. Thank you, DD. Do you think unanticipated transitions what you haven't planned for and don't factor as a part of your life vision are hardest to overcome? That's a hard ass question to read. I know that. God damn. Okay, stewardship. Walk it. Walk it. Okay, you talk. A lot of motherfuckers can't back that up. Walk it like you talk it. Yeah, that part. Walk it like you. If you can't walk how you talk, don't talk. Simple and plain. But some people have to find out the hard way. For real. Yeah, DD, that shit was like, God, hey, don't factor in what that shit say. Well, we haven't. I don't know, but that was a hard ass question. I gotta really like think and read it. It's like, damn. Okay. Absolutely, fuck change. Nickel bags, you a fool. I'm gonna come back to that one unless somebody else. Cause I don't know about that one right there. I can't think that hard right now. How do you get over non-event transitions where something you expect doesn't happen or it doesn't happen when you want it to? A promotion, having a baby, getting a job or house. Okay, like getting fired. How do you get over non-event transitions where something you expect doesn't happen or it doesn't happen when you want it to? Like a promotion, having a baby, getting the house or job you want. So how do you get over? How do you get over it? How do you get over non-event transitions where something you expect doesn't happen or it doesn't happen when you want it to? Unanticipated transactions. Did you watching too much Jeopardy? No, hey, that's not what I want. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Hey, for real, man. Because those questions are like, I'm like, shit. I'm trying to, there's Brenda. She can help me out. We have to be prepared for things that we know are going to happen. An example, have our living wills ready, expecting our elders to pass away, expecting bills to keep coming. Facts. And you know what? That's another part of transition because a lot of people don't like to talk about those things. You know what I mean? Like you said, having a will, you know, expecting our elders to pass away one day. It's like we don't want to think about it. Like it's just, it's not gonna happen or something. You know what I mean? And those are things we don't talk about, and we wait until it's too late. Those things are taboo in a lot of families. I know it's even uncomfortable. I talked to my mom like about this. We talked a few times, and it was uncomfortable for me. But like she even told me like you got to hear this stuff though. Like we got to talk about it. So yeah, but definitely things like that, having a will. A lot of people leave here and don't have wills, and like you said, you don't want to talk about it or do all that, but you're not thinking about the aftermath. It's a lot of confusion, like with a lot of these families and people left behind when there's no will and there's things not in order. Even people that have money, you've been seeing like a lot of these, even like artists or whoever have been passing away or getting killed, and they have a lot of money or supposedly have money. You know what I mean? A lot of money they flash, and then they pass away and things not in order, you know what I mean? And that's not because they don't have the money, but again, the stuff is finance things are not in order for if something like this happens. You know what I mean? You may have yourself in a bank account or this and that, and people don't have access to that. So it's a lot of things that are they're just not in place. It's gonna cause confusion, So yeah, no shit happens and we get stuck because we don't talk about it. Right. So that's the thing, we need to do because that's like taboo. It needs to be talked about more. But I don't know how you bring these things up, like at dinner or whatever. But who has dinner anymore? But like you said, these things are things need to be talked about. People need to have insurance. All of these things like in order. Brenda said we have to be. Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. They need to have their living will and trust. Yes. Fighting over property. Yes, it's a lot of shit that once everything is done, the family is like because most of the time half the family don't even get along anyway. So everyone comes together really for the funeral or whatever. So after that, I seen it like firsthand, like with some family members. Like trust me, I seen it firsthand on both sides of the family where it's like people are at odds. However things turned out, wills or whatever the case may be, and family is I've seen it firsthand. It's like, wow, it's crazy. So let me see what else we got. How many times should we change? How many times should we change in our lives? How many times should we change in our life? I mean, I don't think it's a limit or a number on how many times you can change, man. If it's always about changing for the better, I don't think it's no number on it. I don't think you can say, "Oh, I Yeah, I got one more time. If this don't work, I'm gonna give up. Nah, you got to keep pushing. You feel me? So it's like ain't no number on that. Yeah, that's endlessly. Like Western Ave Queen say, it's like ain't no number on that. As long as I'm living and got breath, I can see another day. And I this day right here, I fucked up bad. Unless I just went out bad. I got 100 years or whatever, but I still got to live in there. And you can still. It's about even the homies that got life and all day in prison or whatever. Now they know this now, or else they would just kill themselves or whatever. You're living now for the afterlife or for to better yourself. You've accepted the fact you got to live there. You're there for life. Some go out all the way bad, or some really change their life and think about the afterlife. Now you really get your life right with God. You know, better yourself or whatever. That's gonna help you out because no one knows what's on the other side. You know, but we know it's real. And the best thing to do is have your life in order the best way you can while you're here. Especially if you know better, you got to do better. A lot of homies lost their lives, at younger ages because we didn't know better. You were living a life and you got caught up. You may have got shot, passed away. You may have got life 100 years for some bullshit that happened. Now that of course you're a different person now. You was 16, 17, 18, and you got to spend the rest of your life, you know, unfortunately. But if you made it out of that shit, you're blessed. You know what I mean? You're really blessed. So take advantage of it. You know, don't play with it, man. Don't play around with this thing we call life. You know, um, we as men die on pride. Ooh, just that first line right there. We as men die on pride. I ain't even continued the rest. I ain't even looked at the rest. We as men die on pride. That right there is a cold bar because so many men have died on pride. Still doing it. So many men are in prison right now on pride. Okay. The reason prisons are full emotion, uh equal vulnerability, and sometimes basic shit bugs me out and foul shit barely affects me, desensitized. We as men die on pride. The reason prisons are full emotion equaled vulnerability, and sometimes basic shit bugs me out, and foul shit barely affects me. Hey, but that first bar right there, we as men die on pride. Phew, that's your bar now, cuz. Hey, good looking, homie. I'm gonna use that shit too, bro. We as men die on pride. Yeah, I gotta store that in a way. Good looking, bro. My mom didn't tell us her life insurance lapsed and left the other one to her dead husband. Yeah, so these are things, man. Like I said again, it's hard to talk about these type of things. It's uncomfortable because no one even wants to talk about death to their loved one, possibility, or getting prepared for you to die. Like, who wants to talk about that? But it's a reality we got to face. Unless we both die together, someone is going to be left here. And if you guys are married and have that union or whatever, kids, these are things that have to be in order, or else it's going to be chaos on the other side when you leave here for the rest of the family, and that's just facts. You know, it's really unfortunate that society and with this world we live in makes it so hard though for people. For these type of things. Like even if you die, motherfucker, you got to pay. You know what I mean? Like funerals and things of that nature are really expensive, man. So it's a cold game. Even when you go, you still gotta pay. So it's a cold game, man. Um, okay. Brenda said my mom had set up appointment with an attorney. It's two of her sisters, and my sister failed to show up two times. Me and my mom took care of everything, but my sister hasn't, and she has 3 kids. I have no kids. So, okay, so that shows your sister is either not responsible or she's doesn't want to be a part. Like she doesn't want to face. She doesn't want to like talk. Face this head on. I don't know what what I mean, but it seems like either way, your sister already how she is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess it's something you have to deal with. But that's still your sister. I'm sure you know that. Um, we have to talk about these things. They are very expensive. Yeah, exactly. Very expensive. A funeral, and it's getting seems like it's getting higher by the year. I hear bigger numbers every year. I'm like, wow. Funerals are expensive. Weddings are expensive. These type of things are expensive, but funerals are expensive. So even when you pass away, it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? You left here, but your spirit is gone, but your body is here, and we are accustomed to funerals and big things. And that's a whole nother story as well, because I don't know if we're getting to a point or a time and age where um funerals are that important. I've been seeing a lot of, like, over the years lately, a lot of people are doing like cremation, cremating people, and having their own ceremonies opposed to big funerals. I don't know what that's about. If it's about the price or just people want to be cremated. Some people want to be cremated. I don't know what you guys think about that. Big funerals traditionally opposed to now small. I don't know. But I know people that got money that are well off. They're gonna have a big funeral, gonna have a beautiful casket, a nice headstone, tombstone, just the works because they can. So you know. But what I'm saying, sometimes it could be about the money, and sometimes it could be people just want to be cremated. So I don't know. Nickelback say they even call it burial insurance. Like, god damn, I paid enough in tax. That's funny, but that's not funny. 'Cause that's some real shit you said right there. Like taxes alone, if you pay taxes as in your life, like you said, that alone, certain things I just think, as human beings, I don't know. They don't add up. They don't add up. Um, I'm getting buried. I don't want to be cremated. No, thank you. Right, because it's like you just like I know you don't have no control over it. You already passed away, your spirit, but to be cremated, that means to be, just ashes. So, uh, but I mean, I don't even want to go there. I don't want to talk. That's too personal. Like you get buried in the ground. Oh, look, what happens when we get buried though? Like truthfully, in the ground, what's in the ground and what's going on at that point. But that, like I said, that's a whole nother story. I don't even want to go there. We're keeping this positive. That I want to get cremated. See, Fernie said he wants to get cremated. At least I don't know. You get cremated, your ashes are there, and you're there. Whatever you want to do with them, I don't know. Opposed to you being in the ground and what happens at that point, it really doesn't matter. Once your body is once you pass away, we know everything deteriorates anyway. So your body is no longer your spirit is what matters, and your spirit is out of there. So I don't know that's a touchy topic. Um, $1,000 coffin is a cardboard box. It's a crime. Yeah, that's why I say that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? That stuff is on a whole nother level, and it's big business now. People just like prison systems. How they have private corporations and people now with money invest in the prison systems, and that's big business now, right? Corporations and prisons, like you said, 35 prisons in California. People invest in prisons now, stocks and corporate shit. People with money. So just as well in funeral homes and grave those type of things, people invest in as well because it's big business now. You know, that's I don't know if that's I don't know. That's sad, man. Fernie said, I tell my kids cremate me and play my song, throw it in the ocean. Okay, so you just want to be free, throw it in the ocean. So not you don't want them to keep your ashes and none of that stuff. Put it up on the fireplace. Just he said, spread it in the ocean. They said that's how they did the homie. That's how they did Pac too. Cremated and spread his ashes in the ocean. Like I said again, um, once you die, buried or whatever the case, that part doesn't matter anymore. Your body is just done. You decompose by the minute. Um, your spirit is what you know. Mm, mhm. We came from the ground. Fire is eerie. No one in my family has been cremated, but they bury up to 4 people in one lot. Yeah, I mean, even me personally, I don't have family members. I've been to a lot of funerals, and all of them have been buried. Like I said, more now. That's more of I don't want to say a newer thing. Like that hasn't been going on. People have been getting cremated, but I'm saying more of a newer thing now, where people prefer to be like cremated now, and it's not even about like the money or anything. It's just like cremate me, and it probably does save, money because like I said again, funerals do cost, but some people want to be traditionally. I think people choose like what they want a lot of times. Like they'll tell you what they want, you know. But like I said, of course, if you have money, you're well off. You're gonna make sure, whether cremated or not, that they have a nice whatever, you know, ceremony or situation where it's nice. You send them off properly. That's a given. Um, Shoot my ashes out of cannon or some type shit. My homie got his daughter ashes and ink got tatted. Oh yeah? Wow. Um they drain your blood out by cutting a hole in your neck. Then they inject you with the type of gas to keep. Oh wow. Damn. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't even know that, Brenda. I didn't know how that shit works. I didn't even know. Wow. Wow. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. You messed me up with that one. She said they drain your blood out by cutting a hole in your neck and they inject. Wow. Okay. That's wow. Okay. Okay. I lost my pops and moms. It hurt like a mother when I go visit them. Respect them. I lost my pops like in 2011. My mom's all I got, man. And see, I talk about this too because I don't know. Like I said, like my mom's all I got. Like a daughter, my daughter, but my mom saying for us, like, man, I don't know, you know, what I would, I know it has to, that day has to come, but like stuff like that. Wow. Much love to you, homie. And I know a lot of people that lost their mom, and both parents, one or the other, it's never easy. But the mom thing is just like that ain't even no disrespect to the dad, but the mom thing is just, ooh, that hits different, man. Um, Cross your arms, do your makeup in here. Wow. I didn't know that though. I mean, of course, I'm sure they do something. I just didn't. I never knew that. It's like, wow, wow. Okay. Because it costs at least 10K to start. Yeah, exactly. Definitely, that's the going rate. Starts and that's starting price. So that's low at 10K. Definitely. Spent 25K on my sons in over 15. See, so it's starting at 10K and it goes up, and you know how that works. Just like, do you want a small, medium, or a large or extra large? When you go to the drive through. So think of this in those terms. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, embalming. That's what I thought. I've heard that they inject embalming fluid. Yep. Yeah. So I guess that's what she meant. That's crazy, man. But the part where she said they cut you and drain your blood, it's like, wow. But I guess it makes sense to make it look, how it does, man. And that's why when you see them, there are some are, they make it look the best they can, but the body. I've been in plenty funerals, and you have too, and body is just there. It looks, that's the person, but they look nothing like their self. Like it's like a shell, it's just like that's man. For any, I only visit my son and mom's once. Never went to see pops. Too difficult. Yeah, it is difficult, man. To sit up there, and then it's just like I don't know. I don't know, man. But salute to everyone that's lost someone. This is just a part of life. It is just it's just life. Sometimes life is unexplainable. It's uncertain, unexpected. So many things that happen in this thing we call life. But all we can do is just keep living. The ones that still living, like you may have took a big, big lost someone that really, really fucked you up. Excuse me, really, really messed you up, and you don't even know how you're gonna make it. But guess what? You still got to get up tomorrow in the morning. You still got your kids in there. You still got this job. You still got to go to work. You still got to pay these bills. You still got to live. And that's the realization of it all. You know what I mean? This life is just what it is, man. And the ones that are still here, we just live to see another day. And we don't know what that what's on that other side. You know what I mean? But we just live to see another day. That's all we do, man. So every day, man, just and I know it ain't easy, it ain't hard. You may have got faded last night, forgot to pray, or forgot to ask for forgiveness, or forgot to give thanks, or whatever you did. But man, just sometimes, man, find a way to have a communication with the man upstairs. However you do it, however you praise him, whoever you pray to, whatever. At the end of the day, is God. Whatever religion, whatever you fall under, it's a God up there. It's a God that made it happen. It makes it happen. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. So find a way to find a line of communication, some type of way, and you don't have to be in church, and you don't have to do any of that. Just he knows who you are better than you know yourself. So find a way to find a line of communication with him, and start doing that. Get in the habit of doing that. To change your life. That being said, we're gonna slide up out of here, man. Thank you everyone. Q&A tonight, Wednesday Q&A transition. Shout out to my producer DD Hairston. Shout out to my boy Nickelbags, Fernie, Brenda for all the love and input. Grindhouse TV, what up? And everyone who participated just with the conversation. Thank you. We'll see you guys Friday. I think, like I said, I think we have my homeboy Isaac this Friday. I'm not sure, but I think so. And that's going to be a great, great, great. Me and we're going to talk about more about God and a lot of things. So tune in Friday, um, and tune in Sunday. Oldies rule forever Sundays and Saturdays with Didi and the ladies conversations in the hookah lounge. That being said, we out of here, y'all. Peace and love. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you on Friday. I'm out. Peace.